Let's check on this this map pack video. I'd like to see it. Goodbye, internet, bro. No.
It's not clickbait. On March 9th, I will be hosting my last Theory episode, at which point I'll be handing off the channels to someone else.
Oh, bruh. Bruh, Matt.
There it is. That's it. Send tweet. We're all done here. That's all you need to know, right? Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Forgive me, by the way, if I'm a little bit more disorganized than usual. Normally, I would want to script out something like this pretty precisely. But with an announcement like this, I wanted to bring it back to just us. There's no one else in the room. There's no teleprompters. There's nothing.
Twitch chat.
It's just the way that this whole thing started.
Oh, man.
It's a conversation between us. And sorry that I keep getting emotional about this. I'll try not to, but it's a big deal. You know, like, if you think about it, this channel is Steph and my
Tom
first
Scott,
child,
then Matt
really.
Pat.
Before we had Ollie, before we had Skip, Cat Bat, like, it was this. This was our baby. This channel has been going for 13 years. I think in total it's somewhere around like 1,200 theories. And only half of those are FNAF. Shocking. I know.
That's a lot of theories, Matt Pat. To be fair, that is a lot of Matt Pat.
But this has been a literal third of my life. And I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss this.
Why are you quitting?
What we have here. I value this conversation, this openness, this relationship that we share. And I'm sad that I won't be able to see you every week. Which then I guess prompts the question of like, why? Why am I doing this now? Why am I making this announcement today? Why am I walking away from the channels? Well, to be honest, it was Tom Scott. You can blame Tom Scott. Tom just did his farewell video and I'm like, well, he was able to do it. I want to be able to fly away in a helicopter. Obviously, that's not it. But really, my reasons for making this announcement today is probably largely the same as Tom's reasons, or Seth Everman's, or Captain Sparkles, or Papa Meats, or Stampy Longheads. Like,
Stop it, guys! Stop it! No, guys! Stop! Quit! Stay! No. Oh, man. This is weird, though. I couldn't imagine doing this, chat. I've chatted about this with my mates for so long about, could you imagine stopping streaming? There was a bit, it's sort of in 2021, when I was getting, it was all a bit too much. And me and Wilbur almost made a pact to both quit streaming at the same time for a year. We almost did that, but we didn't. Like, we really nearly did, but we didn't. Like, right at the peak of Dream SMP. But I couldn't imagine quitting, like, permanent. Like, this is mad.
A lot of these videos that are...
And again, I guess if anyone fucking stopped streaming, it was me and Will. Like, this is...
coming out these days. And there's going to be a lot more happening throughout this year.
No, Matt! It's negative foresight!
Steph and I have known this video would be coming for the last 3 years. We weren't sure it was necessarily going to be today. We didn't know exactly when it would fall. But we knew it was going to happen eventually. That's why over the last couple of years, we've been staffing up so much. That's why we partnered with a larger company to help run the channels. That's why we've been spending so much time outside of this box, training up the team to make the best videos that they can. Because we knew that we couldn't do this forever. We knew that, honestly, we didn't want to do this forever. For as much as I love you, and I love overthinking things, and I love theorizing, I don't love late nights. I don't love the fact that Steph and I have been work first for over a decade, where I'm sitting down at dinner with my best friend and we're talking about
Are they going out?
Legit.
Him and Steph, are they? I'm a bit out of the Matt Pat loop. Is Steph his missus? Yes. Okay, all right. I'm just checking. They're married? Oh, okay, yes. Yeah.
Logistics.
Only because he said best mate, I just didn't.
Or we're talking about animatronic toes. I miss the days where I could just sit down on the couch with her and play video games, and it's not for content. Or I'm playing a game and I'm not thinking about what theories are going to come out of that. I miss it. So that's a big reason. That was a big one right there. But also just the internet's changing. My life has changed in the last 13 years. I mentioned Ollie before. He's the coolest little dude, and he's getting older by the minute.
Is Ollie his kid or dog?
And I watch him.
They have a kid?
So much fun.
Sorry. feel like
so
I'm
much
trying. No, I am
smarter
fully trying to
than
keep
I
up.
was when I was his age. He also probably knows the FNAF lore better than I do, which is a problem that I should probably address at some point. But honestly,
That is lovely.
I want to be able to spend more time with him. Another sad fact of the matter is I'm getting older. I'm 37 now.
I didn't know he was Dad Pat.
The other day, I actually had to Google my own age. And you know that when you have to start like doing math in your head to calculate how old you are over the hill, my friends. Though to be fair,
man.
to my credit, I think I'm like the only 37-year-old out there who has an unironic appreciation of Skibbity Toilet. Then again, maybe that's the problem, right?
Yeah, like, to be fair,
maybe
Matt,
that's
that is
not a
good.
good thing. And honestly, because this is all about us being honest, there is a bit of a selfish side to this. When you think about it, there's only really two ways to step away from a YouTube channel. You either just decide the day that you stop uploading and you're like, I'm done, or you just keep uploading videos from now until the heat death of the universe, and you watch as your relevance slowly dies or your passion slowly dies. And for me and my journey in this place, I always wanted to go out on a high note. And when you stop and look at the last year, this has been the best year in the Theorist lifespan ever.
Man.
Like, no joke. It is our highest view year. It is the year where we launched Style Theory and immediately put our foothold in a brand new space, and that took off, and now we're one of the top style and fashion channels on YouTube. And that kind of completes the trifecta of, hey, we now have a top channel in 4 different
that is a lot of
verticals
theories.
that are completely different.
To be fair,
no other YouTuber really has ever been able to do it to that scale.
What about Tommyinnit, Tommy Out It, Tommy Vods, and Tom Simons, Matt Pat? Booyah! Just wait till you hear about Channel Up Pig 5. It's not the same thing, or even remotely as success, but nevertheless.
Scale. That's amazing. This is also the year where I was able to meet you guys.
It's not really about me. This, yeah, fair enough.
At our Broadway show, I was able to play at the PGA and show that, hey, YouTubers aren't particularly good at golf, but they can make your event relevant for like a couple of minutes. It was also the year that I got to host the Streamy Awards, and it wasn't cringe. I mean, to be fair, the Streamy Awards are always a little bit cringe, but it was the right amount of cringe.
Yeah,
when
no, you're right, Matt Pat.
Pull up videos of all my favorite creators, and I watch them, and all of a sudden I start hearing people just casually dropping, "That's just a theory."
It's just a theory, a game theory.
Now, this is just a theory, people.
At the end of the day, it's just a game theory.
That's just a theory. A Freebirds theory.
Also, a lot of lore, so if you're a big theory head, proceed at your own risk.
I did not know about this theory.
That's a theory.
That right there, that is incredible. That's the note that I want to leave on.
Oh,
And
Matt
that's when you
Pat,
just know it's
man.
the right time. All of those reasons coming together.
Maybe at the end he's gonna quit and go, this whole video was just a theory, not really quitting, and it's all gonna be fine.
This is the moment. And that's hard to say. Because change is scary.
Yeah,
Change is
sure.
hard. But sometimes the right decision isn't the easy decision. The easy decision would just be to carry on doing this and do FNAF part 332. But that wouldn't be the right decision. I think the best way to explain
Like
it
in
is,
sex cells, will you do what's easy or will you do what's right? That's media literacy, that, guys, my linking between the two.
is with a video game analogy. Feels appropriate, right? Whoa, it's game theory. Ha! Did it.
Yeah.
Check the game part of it off. But the way I like to think about it is Earthbound. I think I've made it pretty clear over the years that that is, without question, my favorite game of all time. Sans' Nest, all that, you're all familiar with that. But what you might not be familiar with at this point is how the game ends. At the end of Earthbound, after you save the world, everything opens up to you. You can revisit every single location that you've been to. You can talk to every NPC that you met on your journey. And it's this incredible moment.
That is really
You
cool.
see just how many lives have been impacted thanks to your journey. And then after spending as much time as you want talking to all those people, you end up back home. You go back to where it all began, where you were just a kid waking up in bed and starting your adventure. And even though your mom's there and your dog's there and your weird telephone dad's there, it feels different somehow. Like, sure, this is still a place of love and acceptance and comfort and security, but you just don't quite fit anymore. Because you just traveled the world. You made all these new friends. You are different. You grew up. And your relationship to this place.
It's a powerful video, Matt Pat. This is very good.
In case you couldn't tell,
Fucking hell.
I'm Ness, which I guess would also mean that I'm also Sans. But I was also Ness in the FNAF movie, which just opens up all sorts of weird canon. Slap a thumbnail on that one. So anyway, there you have it. That is why I'm leaving. I hope you can understand. But that obviously begs the question of like, what happens to the channels? Well, for the next 10 weeks, we're going to have ourselves a big old going away party. If Unis Annus taught us anything, it taught us that you probably shouldn't use urine for a personal sauna. But if Unis Annus taught us two things, one was to not soak in your own urine, but
Markiplier.
two was to appreciate the time that you have left. So that's why over the next 10 weeks, we're going to have a bunch of theories that are going to be a lot of fun, revisiting old favorites, getting some closure on things. We're going to see some familiar faces, a lot of awesome stuff. Although to be fair, I think it's 9 weeks, and I think we counted this one as week 1. That was stupid of us. That, my friends, is how you wind up getting Wario being 10 feet tall. Mathematical rigor. Should have double-checked the numbers. So I have 9 theories left on each of the channels, but we're going to call them Matt Pat's Final 10 because that just sounds better. At which point then on March 9th, we're going to have that big going-away celebration, Matt Pat's Final Theory, and I just dust away. I stand astride my music man, and I just...
Is he quitting his channels then, or is someone else running them?
But then something special happens.
New challenger appears.
The channels go away with me? No, actually. I've always thought that anyone can be a theorist, right? If you are passionate about this topic and you love to overthink it and over-research it, then congratulations, you're a theorist. And that could range from, hey, I have family recipes that I'm constantly looking to refine, to, hey, I want to create the perfect fantasy sports team. Because here's the thing, sports pros, at the end of the day, if you are in the statistics and numbers and doing calculations to see if your team won or lost, you're just playing a glorified Dungeons and Dragons game. I hate to break it to you, you're one of us, my friends. And sure, game theory is a format that I created. It's a show with this very excitable host who makes a lot of cringy dad jokes and says the word lore a lot. But at the end of the day, it's more than just the host.
Tommy, don't get any ideas from this.
It is a format. And in a broader sense, it is a state of mind. It's a way of thinking and approaching the world. Game theory is a state of mind. It's more than
game theory is not a challenge, it's a lifestyle.
When you think about it, not a lot of YouTube channels function that way. We're special in that regard. Like,
that's not true.
You're not going to be able to get another Markiplier stepping into the
Tommyinnit
Markiplier channel, and you're never going to be able to recreate Jenna Marbles. And to be honest, you're never going to get another Matt Pat either. But you can have another game theorist. You can have another film theorist or food theorist or style theorist. I think in a lot of ways, we almost function kind of like the Doctor Who of YouTube, where as one host fades away, a new one kind of respawns in their place. And they're able to put their own unique spin and flavor on the format and make it their unique thing. You have eras of the different theorist channels. And so, you know, my era is fading away and someone new is coming in. Maybe this is the David Tennant to Matt Smith transition, right? That was
based.
Good, solid series.
Was a good transition.
Right. So
was a good transition,
who then is
though,
going to be taking over the channels?
I appreciate you.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but fewer and fewer of the words that I'm saying in any given episode are actually mine. If you go down to the credits, you can actually see in the description that there are certain names that have been appearing more and more frequently. Like, yeah, I'm listed on every single one as the writer because I touch every single script, I polish it into my voice. But in all honesty, the bulk of what I'm saying is coming from someone
I'm not being
else.
funny, but a lot of YouTubers just do not work that, like, you know, I mean, it's cool, but you record maybe one video a week for a few hours. This is fucking work reviewing all this shit. He works hard. He does deserve this. Absolutely.
It's their work.
Don't you think,
Why should they have to filter their creativity through my voice? I've always envisioned these channels as a place where we could spotlight all sorts of creators. I mean, it even goes back to the original URL of this channel, right? It isn't game theory. It was always the game theorists, because this was a place where you could find a lot of like-minded creators, all with a passion for gaming and education. That's why we had the partner shows like Gaijin Goomba with Culture Shock, or Drake with Smash History, or Ryder with A Brief History, or Austin with The Science, and Lee with The Breakdown. They were all here because we all had a similar goal: to educate people through the lens of gaming. And then YouTube pivoted and then made it so that way doing a channel in that style doesn't really work anymore. But we still tried to keep that ethos alive by making sure that we're regularly covering small indie projects. Stuff like OnlyCans, like Mandela Catalog, like OWO. OWO? See?
OWO.
I learned. But if we're doing that for all these other creators, why aren't we doing it for the creators on our own staff, who have been in the trenches doing the research, writing these words to deliver to you over the last couple years? I have been fortunate. I have been so blessed to have this platform available to me that you've given me over the last 13 years. But I think now it's time to pass it on to the next generation. It's time to give someone else a shot. But I realize that I'm getting off track here. So back to the question, who's taking over? First off, it's not going to one person, but rather 4. I would not wish my schedule on anyone. Like, sure, I'm
Please
willing
let me
to
go
not
for
sleep
the
for the last
30
13
months.
years of my life,
I think
but I feel
TL
like
for the 35
as
months,
old man
Play Thing of
YouTube
the 40
passing this
months.
along to the next generation, I
Can I
should
please
probably
never
do my
make
best
one of
to
these
try and make
videos?
it more
Oh, please, thank you for
sustainable
100 bits.
for them. It's
Maybe
also
tier
going
one,
to
Alfie.
people that you're already familiar with. You've seen them showing up in shorts. You've seen them here on the couch with me for GT Live. You've sometimes seen them washing their hair with me in my own shower. Don't read too much into that, but it is accurate. Most importantly, though, they're each an expert in their own individual subject matter.
This is really
They've been
not scripted.
spearheading
He's
the
good.
creative
He's
of the
fucking good, isn't
channels
he?
for the better part of the last year. And I think what's maybe the most fascinating about all of this is that each of the four of them come to us from a completely different angle. You know, so for instance, you have Lee, right? Lee's gonna be taking over film theory. And Lee has been with us for 10 years. 10 years. It's crazy.
Fucking hell, Lee.
believe He was actually editor number 3 for the channels. We had Ronnie, and then we had Ryder, Foot of a Ferret, and then we had Lee. I think his first theory that he ever worked on was Rosalina's Peach's daughter, Peach is Dead, one of my all-time favorite episodes that we've ever done on the channel. And over time, he
think I
rose up.
remember
He had his
watching
own
that in,
show
like,
on the
year
channel
like
here. He had Breakdown,
9.
which were these just beautiful
that Rosalina
documentaries
one.
that were edited
think I watched
in
that
such
so
an
long
incredible
ago.
way. And since then, he's been spearheading a lot of the creative on both the writing and the
Like,
visual
like
side.
years
and then,
ago,
of course,
chap.
you have Amy over on Style Theory. And Amy
Pop
is
off,
actually
Amy.
a very
Good
different
jumper.
case here. When she first approached us, I think it was 6 years ago.
Yeah, this
she
is mad.
didn't
Nah,
know about
fair
the channel.
enough though, Matt
All
Pat.
she
What are the
knew
next
was that
chapters
she
called?
wanted to learn
A new
everything that
challenger.
she could about
They
digital
wake up,
video,
they announce
and
Matt
that
Pat
Theorist
DLC. Or
was
I'd like
kind
to
of the
see
place-
what he says here.
And that just kind of leaves us with one final question, right? Which is, what about me? You know, where do I go? Do I just retire to a
Yeah, what are you doing
somewhere?
now? That's
Do
what I wanna know, Matt
keep
Pat. What are you
remaining
doing
off into
now?
The distance? No. I'll still be here. Obviously, first off, we've got our final 10 episodes, like I said, so that's...
What are you doing,
well,
pal?
It wasn't 10 episodes. However many episodes are left between now and March 9th, we
Man,
got
anything with the
those.
22 months.
I'm going to
Rip
be on
Matthew
GT
Patthew.
Live from now until the foreseeable
I told my
future.
mum his name was Matt Pat. She
Probably
freaked
until the
out.
end
She
of
was
the
like, what
summer.
the
That
fuck?
feels about right. And then we have the big going away video on March 9th. After that, I, stand aside as Santi, Lee, Amy, and Tom step up and take over the hosting role. But I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to
do you
be
do?
alongside the creative directors talking about programming, brainstorming ideas for upcoming episodes. That's awesome. I love that. I don't want to give that up. But the other cool thing about this is that it opens up the door for me to turn the script. For
Matt
the
Pat
last
vlog
13
channel.
years,
Come on,
I've been
baby.
commenting
Let's
on
bring it
other
home.
people's IP,
Let's bring it
but
home.
now that I'm stepping out of those roles, I get to create
Matt
the
Simons.
IP.
Come
Still
on, drop
as a
it.
part of Theorist, but I get to create things that are going to challenge those new hosts of the channel. Things that I've had in the back of my mind from years of studying media that I can now make a reality, and the channels can comment on them. Things like, for instance, I have a lo-fi mystery series that I think you're really gonna dig. It's basically like if you took a lo-fi channel and applied an ARG narrative to it, it becomes lore-fi. I am so stoked about this. The music is sounding really good. The animations are coming together really well. That's going to be launching in a couple weeks. We'll see if Lee over on Film Theory is going to be able to solve it. In April, I'm actually going to be coming back onto Style Theory to host a giant fashion show that we're doing there. We all collectively had this thought of like, hey, online brands, online influencers are coming up with their own apparel lines. Why is there no place to showcase that sort of stuff? And then it hit us like, hey, we have a style and fashion channel. Why aren't we doing it ourselves? Creators in Fashion by Style Theory, that is coming to you in April, hosted by me. Some of the time that I'm not hosting the channels, I'm gonna be practicing my runway walk. Because let me tell you, if I'm sashaying down the runway, if I'm stomping the runway, it's not gonna be pretty right now. So I need to practice that a little bit. There's also this animation show that we did a pilot for in like the middle of last year. It's basically like if you took Gravity Falls but aged it up and made it about adulting. It's really, really solid. And also there's this video game idea that I want to do for like so long that I've never had the opportunity to really like dive into.
Sorry,
it
if anyone's
and
new in the
make-
chat, by the way, I don't usually react to stuff, you know. This is a rare Tommyinnit occurrence to just sit and quietly watch YouTube. But this is a video for the ages, you know. We can't.
reality, but now it's my chance to step into
I'm
the
like
old
fully.
Scott
I
Kaufman
probably
and
like. I
challenge-
wouldn't. I want to sit and watch all of this, but I know if I'm not streaming, I'm gonna go home and watch films. So I want to watch this.
the new game theorist. There's always been the memes about.
I've been
Scott
like
Kaufman
not
and I.
watching YouTube at all for the past few weeks. I've sort of deleted it off my phone and stuff. So I'm like much less in the loop. So I was like, fuck, I want to watch this. Whereas the Innit Reacts channel, I would fully rather die than doing that, Leonard. Do you know how low quality that would be? Fucking hell, I hate Reacts channels. Just do. Sorry, Mappa.
Same person, not yet. But who knows? Maybe starting later this year. And those are just the immediate things that I have on my to-do list because I want to make fun, cool things for you. And even if it's not a weekly episode, I still want to give those things to you because I think you'll like them. You matter to me. You are so important to me. Every single one of those people who stop me on the street, it's an honor. Right.
Yeah, it's annoying when you stop me on the street.
It's interesting.
Gets right on my tits.
Because of this whole transition,
Sorry.
I've been thinking a lot about my time on these channels and the evolution that we've gone to together. In the beginning, right, I was kind of like the edgy older brother where I would talk about like, oh, did you know that Link is dead? And let's make some boob jokes. And then at a certain point,
Yeah,
I
that's
evolved
awesome.
into dad.
Wow, whoa.
Right, I became a little bit more mature. I had the team
Yeah,
around
mate.
me. I had to be
Flaunted
more
that
careful
ass.
about who I was saying was dead on a regular basis. Instead of talking about boobs, I ended up talking about Luigi's bulge. That felt like the right decision. At this point, I think I'm kind of evolving into a Grandpa Pat, you know, for lack of a better term.
Grandpa Pat. Grandpa Pat.
And just like
Papa Pat.
your grandparents, hopefully cool grandparents, but just like a grandparent, you know, you don't get to see me all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't get to see you all the
Well,
time.
my grandparents have dementia, Matt Pat, so I
And
guess
maybe
I
we
hope you
call
don't
and
get
talk
that. Yeah,
to
all
each
right.
other
Sorry,
every
yeah.
once in a while.
Go on. Yeah, maybe.
But
My grandparents can't use a phone, so.
at the end of the day,
Yep.
that grandpa
Yep.
loves getting to see you.
Well, not my grandpa.
Maybe he shows up at a special event. Maybe he
not really
shows
with
up
it,
at a
but-
holiday.
Yeah.
Maybe he shows up at the Theory Wear fashion show. Who knows?
He forgot how to walk, then relearned again the other
But
day. So, yeah.
He
Anyway,
so
Matt, but
looks
sorry,
forward
not
to
about me.
seeing you.
Well,
And the love that he has for you,
yeah.
it doesn't go away.
Well, he definitely.
That grandpa
Yep.
is so proud of you.
Okay. Well, he didn't quite get what YouTube
And
is.
he
But...
cherishes the relationship that you've had so much. And he is so honored
That's
to
all
be
right.
a part of your
Not-
life,
Not worth doing. Oh, okay.
to have been a part of helping you
Stop
grow
talking.
and helping you experience the world.
Oh, mate.
And he looks forward to seeing you at the next event.
Oh,
And
Matt
if you see him on
Pat.
the street, we'll hang out. And hopefully he brings you cool, fun gifts. I know this is going to sound cheesy. And I know the internet will
doesn't matter.
probably rake me over the coals.
No, no, we won't.
For crying
Let's all just
out
agree
loud.
we won't, because it's fucking Matt Pat.
I love you guys. I do.
Matt, when you say it, it doesn't even feel odd. It feels. I feel.
You're not
You
just
mean it.
numbers. You're not just ad impressions. You're not just merch sales. What you have done for me, and from everyone I talk to, what I've done for you, is special. It's special.
I love you guys. Go to Tommyinnit.com. I'm coming to America.
When
Buy
I was
tour
in middle
tickets.
school-
Sorry, Matt.
I had this goal of making the world a better place because I had been a part of it. Didn't have to be big. Didn't have to be curing cancer. But I wanted there to have been a ripple impact.
Well, you did good,
Just
Matt
because I
Pat.
was there.
You didn't quite cure cancer, but you did solve FNAF. And I don't know what's more important now, you know?
I think we've been able to achieve something great here.
Yep.
You have taken me on the wildest, craziest 13-year ride of my life.
Oh, man. Fucking hell.
I'm so grateful. So, Grandpa Pat,
We're grateful
can
for you,
sign
Matt
out
Pat.
now,
We
and
fully
I'll be
are.
around for a couple more weeks. I'll be living around the house for a while. We'll have a big family reunion celebration. Then I'll go off to my little shack in the woods, my retirement home down in Florida. And
Oh, they're going to Florida, Matt Pat? No, come
Anyway,
on.
at this point in my notes, I had it written that we're going to start the countdown clock of that like final 10 episodes, final 9 episodes. So start that. I don't know what it's going to look like yet. Hopefully the editors don't rip off Unis Honest too much. If they do, I hope they change it. And with that, I'm going to say for one of the final times,
Matt Pat, watch out for
not
him.
the final time, but one of the
That's average Ari in the chat.
as always, my friends, remember, it's just a theory.
At-
A game theory. Thank you.
Do you know what he should do? Do you know what he should do? He should do one theory where he goes, it's about gay people, and he goes, it's just a theory, a gay theory. Thanks for watching. Obviously, he's quitting now, so he doesn't have time to do that anymore. But if he was going to do it, he did just start a new channel, Gay Theory, that I would end it on that. Sorry.
Thank you for watching.
You're welcome, Matt. Like. Oh, Matt, pal. I want to give you a hug. Such an ally. Thank you, Tubbo. Did you raid me? You didn't. Fucking die. I am fully an ally, Tubbo, though. The biggest one there is, I'd say. Oh, that was lovely, Matt Pat. That was absolutely lovely. Fucking hell. I don't even... Wow. Wow. That was a really, really well made last video, Matt Pat. That was lovely. And you know what? If I was watching you all the time, Matt Pat, I would continue watching your channel, man. You know, you really expect with your mate who's worked on it for 10 years. That's fucking sick. Fucking hell. I don't think I would ever quit my channel. I don't know. I think, you know, because Matt Pat does a different thing to me, chat. He is sort of making a series that he's the host of, whereas I'm always basically just like, you know, I don't even know what I fucking do. But like, I don't think you can ever expect one of these videos from me. I can imagine a point in, you know, where I'm making a video a month or a video every few months if I'm like 30 and have a kid, or if I'm like a fucking on tour doing stand-up comedy all the time, or if I'm doing, I don't even know, directing a film, doing something proper. But I could never, you know, because I've just done it for so long, man. So I mean, if you quit, I will kill myself. Ah, thank you, Everett. That actually means a lot, Harry, just knowing that if I quit, you'd quit life as well.